YouTube, this is Dawn from Dare to Dream Romance with another project share. Today I want to share with you some ATC cards that I made, and again, keep in mind that I am not an artist. The closest I've ever come to any artistic skills would probably say I could do drafting, the CAD, but as far as art, never been my thing. But my sister is in art, and she has been encouraging me to try all these different mixed media stuff and start watching all these YouTube videos on the ATCs and art pages. So I started with art pages and ventured out to some iCads and to the ATCs and iCads, which I haven't posted those yet, but I want to go ahead and post some of the ATCs since I already posted some of them on my Pinterest page. But anyway, again, so there's no style. There's no rhyme or reason. I just kind of did something different every single one of them, just trying my hand at something simple, nothing too complex. Because again, I'm just playing with it. But I enjoy it. It's kind of interesting it's like a little challenge to put something on a small ATC card. But, I'm learning. Sometimes you make mistakes, but I really don't care because, again, with the mixed media part that I really like is that you're free to make mistakes and move on. And it's about being free, I think, whereas when you're scrapbooking, you're a little bit more precise, things you cut and you measure and mini albums and all that kind of stuff. But with mixed media, I think you're kind of free. And if you make a mistake, you can always put another layer of paint on it, something like that, and keep moving. And, of course, if they don't like it, you can keep going. And, of course, my battery would be trying to go out of my computer. Just plug this up right quick. So, anyway, my first one that I did, I was watching a video by, I think it was Linda Israel, and she had taken some duct tape, and then I and used her duct tape as the backdrop to stick the paper onto. She took a whole bunch of different strips of paper and stamped them randomly, and then she embossed and double embossed, and so this is what I came up with. I kind of messed up on this one a little bit because on the first two, because I forgot to do something to the background. But what I did was I took a whole bunch of scrap paper, and hopefully the lighting is going to cooperate with me today. Okay, let me see. Oops, I'm gonna get it. Sorry. I took a whole bunch of scrap paper and I stamped it, and randomly stamped it, and then cut them up in strips. And then when you use the duct tape and you put the strips down, in between you sprinkle glitter, and then you heat emboss it and set it, stamp on top of it, and heat emboss it again. So it's like double embossed. And then I use a little stamp that says hope and pray and hope, excuse me. I just cut it out. But what I wish I had done something to the background. So then I just kind of do some stamp on it, which I really wish I had thought about something before I laid it down. And then I cut a flower in half, a little flower there, and a little cross. I hope the lighting, yeah. So that was the first one. And then the second was the same one, similar, excuse me, not the same one, but very similar, but I just did a vertical one of it, but the same technique. Again, paper piecing, and glitter in between. And that stamp says inspire on it. And again, stamped around the edges and embossed it. So that was the first two. So they were inspired by her. Then the third one, I was watching some inchies, and I just happened to have some little pieces that I had cut out to use possibly in an art journal page. So in this one, I just basically painted the background gray, used a stamp that says live life. So washi tape down the side, and I cut out 4 little inchies, and then I put those little pieces up there. And the pieces says finish school, get a job, take a trip, and fall in love. The 4 typical objectives that most kids have when they get about 18, 20. That's what they're thinking about doing when you start life off. So I thought it was kind of cute for a little inchie. This one, again, totally off different. I just took some random stamps that I had from Hero Arts, I think it was, yeah. And this one was just a castle. And in a stamp for the cloud, and I just kind of put some glitter glue and just went around the little stamps with a white pen. And the word right there, the sentiment, says royal. So that's just a little castle. This one, I just took some paper from Debbie Ann, the Ephemera Vintage Garden. And of course she has a lot of downloadables, and some you can pay for and some that are free. And this is a free one. and I just cut it out to use as the background. I put a bread right there. I cut the bird out from another piece of paper, and so was the boot, and just layered them, put them up on pop dots so it has a little dimension, and just put a lace and ribbon right there. Very simple, nothing too complex. And this flower right here came from a magazine ad. I'm trying not to get glare in it, sorry. And this was another piece from the ephemera pack. At the top is just painted green, and that says free. And the ladybug and this flower right here and that flower all came from the ephemera vintage garden. And there's a button and just some twine and a little piece of green ribbon behind it. So very simple, nothing complex. And then this one, I think that came from Lady's Diary, the 6x6 pack. Cut that out and backed it. And I used the Tim Holtz edge distresser to go around it to make it look vintage. Some twine right here, some corrugated cardboard right there. I used a corner punch right here in this paper. I don't know where I got that. I forgot what paper I got that one from. But I think that is color box paper. And then this was a metal circle bread type thing. Not a bread, but with the prongs on it. I forgot what you call it. And then some sequins. So that was that. This one, I just took a stamp. And I didn't do any shading, but I just wanted to color it in. I had just got my Spectrum Noir, so I wanted to do some coloring. And so I just randomly made some colors, kept it very plain and simple. This one goes back to that same stamp set that I used for the castle, Heroes Art. And I just colored him, and then I popped him up on some dimensionals. So he have a little height. And my sentiment says, my knight in shining armor. And I just put some twine and some burlap, a bread at the top, and that's the sword, and that's background stamp that as well. Again, very simple. And then the last one, the 10th one, this one paper was some pink baby paper. Had numbers on it, 1, 2, 3, ABCs, and I just cut it out. And then I took some purple, and I kind of whitewashed it with the purple. Then I did some purple ink over top of it, some pigment ink. And then this is just, I guess it was like some Christmas ribbon I had from a couple years ago. And then this was some gross grain ribbon. I cut this stamp out that says, I don't know if you say it says C. And I just backed it on some white cardstock and put a little flower there. And that was that. So that's my first 10 ATC cards. So that was number 10. Number 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. Can't see the word 4. 3. 2. And 1. And again, hopefully I get better and get more creative. But I do like the challenges with the ATC cards and the iCads. But anyway, I want to say you guys are so creative. I get so inspired when I watch your videos. And thanks a lot for all my new subbies. And thanks a lot for all you guys watching and your wonderful comments. God bless and take care. Bye-bye.